Alright, so what does it take to be a successful football player?
The bigger level you get, the bigger stage you get on, you realize that you're going to face kids with the same talent, same speed or strength than you, but if you work harder than them, you got a harder work ethic, you're just going to get better than them. I mean, there's a lot of kids that I started out younger, I was probably, same level as them, but I think I just outworked them just to get better than them.
It's a competitive thing with the kids, and I think that's the main thing, is that you've got enough kids there and you've seen them comparing their scores with the other kids.
I thought it went pretty well. It was the first SPARQ combine I'd ever done, and so it was kind of eye-opening for some of the stuff.
We've gone over shuttle drills, we could do 40 all the time, a lot of teams do. And it's fun to get out there and see if your work's really paying off in the drills and everything.
My favorite event, definitely the shuttle. That's been my event.
What'd you get in the shuttle?
I got 415.
What do you do to get a 415 shuttle?
I'm not exactly sure. Like, ever since I've started, like even like the first time I did it, I was pretty good at it. I guess I'm pretty quick, staying low, but I don't know, it's just my event, I guess.
I do a lot of weightlifting, a lot of core strength. Core strength obviously very important these days, and then working on just different agilities and stuff, just getting better at football. And then being a quarterback, I always got to work on my throwing, so I work on that. For breakfast now, all I eat is like whole grain stuff. I mean, obviously it's not as good as the old Captain Crunch, but it's good for me, and it's something that obviously they focus on in college sports a lot now, and they have nutritionists on staff, so I'm getting used to the food. It's not too bad.
Just being a competitor, I think that's a big aspect of especially football. I mean, you gotta have the will to win.
So what was it like winning a state championship last year?
Greatest feeling in the world. I mean, putting all that work in, it was something that, the year before when we lost, it was something that was on our minds. I mean, we knew we were working for that goal all year, and just, to get through the season undefeated and, to feel good about yourself and to get to that goal, it was just the best thing that could happen.
We've been in 8 state championship games and won 6 of them, and to go around that locker room when that game is over, to see the sense of pride and accomplishment that those kids have gotten, that's the biggest thrill of winning a state championship. It's you just see the tears in their eyes.
Friday Night Lights, it means, I would say, getting out there in front of everybody. You got all the stages lit up for you, and you go out there and some people show up and some people don't, so you always got to go out there and do your best on Friday night.
Friday night to me is still having goosebumps when you run out on that field and the crowd's going and it's a big game, and I've always said when I lose that feeling, then it's time to retire, and I've never lost it. That first game this year, I'm sure when we run out, I'm going to have goosebumps just like I did 38 years ago the first time I ran out.
All the hard work's been put in for that moment, and it's just, time to get out there and do your thing.
My perfect is better than your perfect.